Good morning, this is Eric Kampmann and this is Sunrise. Today I want to take a quick look at the opening of Genesis. Now, one impression I had of the Bible, and I don't think it came from the Bible so much as perhaps the way it was taught, is that it's a book of laws and regulations. It's a book that forces you to do things you don't want to do. I'd rather call the Bible the book of freedom. But at the same time, it's also the book of key questions. Questions that we all have about how things came to be, why they're like they are, and why we do what we do. Now, at the very beginning, the first words in the Bible come from God Himself, who says, "Let there be light," which is either a declaration or a commandment. And after that, He sees that the creation is good. And then it says, so God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created them. Male and female, He created them. Then in the third chapter, it opens with a question. And it's the serpent who comes into the garden and says, did God actually say, "You shall not eat of any tree in the garden"? Now, the purpose of the question is actually to create doubt. Before that question was asked of Eve, the relationship between God and the man and woman that He created and the place He placed them in was actually, there was no division at all. But with that question, it gets Eve off, as John Bevere says, of all of the other trees in the garden, and gets her to focus on one tree and the fruit of that tree, which she saw was good. And it's that ability to change her focus and ultimately the man's focus that leads them to do something that is going to separate them from God and start the human story as we've come to know it today from that very moment on. So tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about the consequences of Eve falling for the deception of the serpent in the Garden of Eden. This is Eric Kampmann, and this is Sunrise.